Last night was hectic.
People are very generous.
Close everything!
Close everything. That's where we close it up. Last night was hectic. Me and Simone were both insanely overwhelmed about what we were going to tell you guys. We could have never kind of expected it, but it's freaking huge. When I mean huge, I think this is the first that anyone has ever heard of anything like this. There's a company in the US called the HOMAG, and in particular this case it's the Utah HOMAG and Mr. Glen.
Are you crying?
Yeah. I'm gonna try not get it choked up telling you guys this, but so the Utah HOMAG is basically a company that does this magazine publishing, and they distribute every month to people's houses, telling them who's the best suppliers for home improvement stuff, and so contractors and all of that. And they sent us, well, we've been discussing, and then we got a request is, well, how much is the engines? So how much do we need to pay Vetus? Long story short, they filled the entire bill. So they've pretty much paid the entire amount for the engines, and that means we're getting 2 brand new Vetus engines, which is absolutely freaking amazing. So there wasn't a mail sent with a contract saying, listen guys, you owe us this is how you're going to pay us back. It was simply the full amount paid into Vetus account and saying, pay us back when you guys can. It is insane. So to the guys at HOMAG, Glen, your team,
thank you so much. There's no words really to describe it. How much we appreciate it, but
yeah. Also a big thanks to Vetus for supplying all the around the engine stuff for free.
Working overtime to help us make it happen.
And yeah, working really overtime to make it happen for us. Once again, big thanks to the HOMAG in the US and the Utah HOMAG, Portland HOMAG, and Seattle HOMAG. You guys are freaking insane. But on another note, let's get to it. Freaking, I was up super early this morning. I'm ready to freaking tear up those back bunks where we... So, I don't know if you guys remember in the beginning when I built the boat, or the backs of the boat, I designed it so that we could get 2 engines one day by some freaking chance. End stretch now, baby. And I'm super stoked on doing this. But I also want to ask you guys, if you get a chance, please send the Utah HOMAG. If you guys are in Utah, send the Utah HOMAG a message from us saying thank you so much. We really appreciate it. HOMAG USA and Mr. Glen, we thank you so much, amigo.
No, don't wipe. I'm wiping my snot. Don't go. Don't go. Honey.
Why so emotional, honey?
I'm emotional because it's been a long journey and people are very generous.
They truly are.
Very, very generous.
So the wind's howling outside. This is officially day 1 of getting our new engines in the boat. And this is what we got to do. We've got to prep our engine bay and make sure that when the engine beds arrive, we're good to go. You know, in the beginning when I started with the boat, I built these areas, and that was perhaps one day, if we're lucky, we can buy 2 engines and stick it in. Well, that day's come a lot sooner than we thought it would ever come. But this is it. We've got 2 lovely big areas. That's over 3.3 feet from there to there. So we're gonna sand all of that down, get rid of all that flow coat or that pool coat. And we've got some light down here so we can work nicely. Our engine bays will be well lit if you want to work at night. The light's there. Saying goodbye to this huge ass hole. Need to get a piece of fiberglass that in. I'm thinking of building a kind of stepping so that this opens like a big hatch, almost like a laserette kind of setup. So it'll be a mini one, but you know, kind of same idea. So kind of big hatch so we can keep all the space in the hatch. We've got to close that all. Stainless steel frame goes with the old engine to whoever buys it. So if you guys are interested in the engine, it's a Isuzu engine. let me know. She's up for sale. We've got to get rid of that, get rid of the base, take all those parts out, close that hole, close that there.
Close everything.
Close everything. It'll be freaking awesome, man.
So I don't even know if you guys will be able to hear me, but we got Jerry here. He is busy grinding down the area where our engine was supposed to go.
As you guys know, this is where our engine used to be, or was gonna go. We've opened up there. Used to be the big box, the box is gone. If you haven't checked it out, check it out in the other episode what it used to look like. Had a big ass box over here. So now we're gonna obviously gain all of that. We're gonna put a NIDA core top on here. So it pretty much acts like a little lazarette kind of setup. And gonna need to build up that edge, close that off completely, and put a lip so that there's a water seal pretty much, and then a flat base on it. And closing the backside one, that's already closed with one sheet of NIDA core, same stuff that we used on our swim platform. The dog is very barking all the time. To reflow coat all of this, level everything off nicely, and it's going to be a nice storage area, very very nice storage area. So we've got a fiberglass piece in there, we're going to bond it in, the other one over there is bonded in, and then we do that whole area with layers, about 8 layers of fiberglass, and we'll do the same on the other side, and we'll obviously build them up in sizes. That'll be good enough for that closing. Yesterday we couldn't film much because of the wind, it was freaking crazy. We were a little bit short-handed also, so we were kind of trying to hold glass and get it done properly, so we couldn't grab the camera, and the wind was howling to put it on a tripod. We've closed that area off. You can see the insert that's in there. Put in a tab over there, tab over here, tab on this side too. We're going to gloss all of that nicely. Then we take this profile, which I'll show you how we got this mold, and we're going to put it on the edge here. And what that's going to do is make a raised lip around here, and then we'll put the flat lid on it to hopefully come to the same level as this, so it's one continuous. And this will be our lazarette area. We can open up, store a lot of fuel in there. If we feel that we need more weight in the back of the boat, we can load up in here. And maybe one day we'll change this to a fuel tank, which we'll have enough access to get a custom tank in there. We closed up the back. We're going to give it another flow coat, so that's that coating there. We'll flow coat the whole thing again, new, so it looks fresh and ready to go. So there's that back hole that we, I don't know if you guys can remember, you can see the outline there. That's where we closed it up. That access up top there, that's just some bonding paste just to feel off a little bit, but what I'll do is epoxy all of that nicely. Just for the big divots, I'll fill some of that. It's just a cheaper way of fairing, and just flatten it out, and then do a final epoxy coat on everything, epoxy fairing, and then epoxy primer, and then top coat urethane PPG. So this is inside that back hatch over there. You can see both sides have been tabbed in nicely, it's nice and strong, and then that will also get a coat of pool coat or flow coat, and you'll see how nice and smooth that comes, and we'll get the color back on it. I'm sure a lot of you contractors are familiar with what this is. It's one of those corrugated roof sheetings, and just laid layers of glass in there. Look at that profile. That's how we made the edgings. Pretty good. So yeah, if you guys want to make some of these lips for your hatches or whatever, that's how I made it. One of these sheets, took out the mold, used it as a mold, and done. Beautiful. Just trim off the edges. So from that profile, now we've made the upper lip for the deck hatch. So that's going to go like that over the hatch, and we'll just bond it in everywhere, gloss over, and on the inside do an inside wrap, and that's what it's going to look like. That's the top of the hatch. So now that this entire area has been built up, glossed over there and there, just take a final sanding, and then we'll bond that frame onto here. Close to the end of day 2, it's in, that edge is bonded, and that's the one we made out of the corrugated sheet. That's our mold that came out, cut at 45s, bonded everything together, and now she's bonded in. Obviously all the little high spots we need to sand everything down, and we're going to put a layer of flow coat all on the floor area, so it's nice, tough, durable. And then in the bottom there, paint it all grey. Over there, epoxy fair and spray again, and on the back side, epoxy fair and spray. Check how much bigger the cockpit has become. So we gain all of that, so much bigger.
Thanks to our patrons for the contributions you guys have made to us throughout the years and the support you've given us.
We haven't been busy for years, Anne. It's only a year.
Years, it feels like years. It feels like years.
It does feel like years.
But the 2 years that we've been busy.
Yeah.
Just the influx of positive comments we guys get from you guys, and it's just
You guys are legends, man.
It's so appreciated, and we love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe below if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up.
And smash that share button.
And if you'd like to contribute to our production, you can do so via any of the links in the description below. And follow along as we put our 2 new engines in. It's going to be a freaking very thorough, extensive way of how you can put your own engines in, as we are doing it ourselves. So stay tuned for that, and we'll keep you guys always updated on what's happening with them.
Another thing, drop us a comment down below. What do you think we should name the tender? Tender to Lady Africa, but we thinking more along the lines of Timon and Pumbaa.
No, I want Shongololo.
Tell me something sexy in African.
Shongololo. I do, I want Shongololo. But we'll see. Let us know what you would name our tender.
Away from these streets and the cold buzzing neon lights, been keeping our heads above water, struggling and striving. We ain't gonna turn back this time, we'll just keep driving.